Welcome to Easy Math TV. We are continuing our investigation into the average rate of change of a quantity over time and what it means in this context of natural gas consumption annually in the United States. So let's get right to the question that we see down here in the box. The question says, on average, how much of an increase or decrease in natural gas consumption has occurred each year in the United States between 1997 and 2022? So I've color coded things in purple that happen to be strong clues about what it is we're supposed to be doing to answer that question. And the word average is included in the question, which is a clue that we do need the average rate of change. And then the words increase or decrease. So that also is a clue that we are looking for the average rate of change. We want to know how much over each year we would have to either increase or decrease our natural gas consumption to get up to what we are currently at in 2022 from 1997. And speaking of that, the question needed to state what our beginning time was going to be and our ending time was going to be, because that could be literally any time gap at all is of interest. But in this case, the question wanted to know what the average change was across the entire time interval from 1997 all the way up to 2022. Okay, so in our spreadsheet, we're going to be setting that up using columns D through H. Our data is in columns A through C, so we're just going to leave that alone. Column D is for our two x values. So we need our starting x value and our ending x value. Column E is going to be for our delta x calculation. Column F is going to be for our two y values. Column G is for our delta y calculation. And column H is for our average rate of change value. So in gold, I have put our two x cells, D3 and D4. So the starting x value is 0 because 0 is associated with 1997. That was our year 0. And if we look at our table, go all the way down to 2022, the x value there is 25 because it's 25 years into the future from 1997 from that point of view. So those are our two x's, 0 and 25. The two y's, we just copy them from the table again. The y value in 1997 was 20.8, and the y value in 2022 was 29.2. So those, you can see those there. And now we need to be careful how we do our calculations. Again, it needs to be in the correct order. Okay, just be careful that it's in the correct order. And our delta x is equals d4 minus d3. So the larger x minus the smaller x, or the one that's current minus the one that's in the past. So d4 minus d3. And then over here under the delta y entry, we have equals f4 minus f3. So you'll notice that we did the same thing. We started with the y value on the bottom and we subtracted the y value on the top, regardless of whether they were bigger or smaller. Okay, it doesn't matter. You want to do it in that order. So it just happened to be a positive number. Once we have the delta x and the delta y, we can go over here into the delta y divided by delta x column and calculate our average rate of change. So that's equals G4 slash or divided by E4. And the number is a decimal. So the way we interpret that is 0.333 is a number in trillions. So it's 0.333 trillion cubic feet per year. But since it's a decimal, if we wanted to, we could move the decimal point 3 places over, because every time you change the name of a number, you have to move the decimal point 3 places over. So that is 333 billion cubic feet per year. And remember, that is an annual increase. So basically, the way we interpret that is this: if you start with 20.8 trillion in 1997, we would have to keep adding 333 billion cubic feet every single year to that in order to get to the final amount of 29.2 trillion in 2022. So basically, it stretches it out. It says every single year we would have to add 333 billion to that initial amount of 20.8 trillion. And eventually then, after 25 years, we would get to 29.2 trillion in 2022. That's what the meaning of average rate of change is basically it averages out, so that, like, what if it's a constant amount every year that we're increasing by. So if you like these videos, like, subscribe, comment down below. And next time we're going to talk about how we might be able to answer a different type of question with the same data. Thank you very much.